Good morning, YouTubers. This is Richard Big Daddy Reed from General Tres Cavite, sitting in my car park at early in the morning here. Uh, I thought I'd go do a walkabout this morning, but with the latest COVID case that we have in our subdivision, I thought that might not be the best thing to do. My wife is not letting the children get out of the house, so why should I take a chance? But anyway, we are doing good. I had a fantastic Father's Day here. My loving children, they bought me cakes, give me cards, they give me hugs, they give me love. What else could a man ask for? Anyway, my wife, she cooked food and made me more fatter every day. That's the reason I'm Big Daddy. When I first got here, I wasn't quite this big. I was about 210 pounds. Now I'm getting close to 300. But that's okay as long as my health is good. And talking about health, let's talk about health a little bit. Here, the health system is, my doctor in America told me that, and he's a Filipino, told me that the health system here is about 20 years behind, and basically that's because it's a third world country. A lot of the things they do differently than what we do in America. It's not so much that they're behind, it's just they do things different. Uh, to go see a doctor here, it's like go to the hospital, sit in line till your name is called. Costs you $10. But they give you basically they give you medicine. You go to the pharmacy, you buy your medicine. If you if you're in bad shape, you pay for everything before you get treated. That's the worst part of it. There's Your health insurance from America is no good here. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield from the union that I retired from, and the only thing it's good for is emergency room only. And that's usually when they see a foreigner, they're going to run every test that can be run, and they charge you just like in America. They charge you for everything they do, every pill, every needle, everything in the world. I've had the experience of going to the hospital here on emergency room. It cost me almost $1,000 to stay there in less than 24 hours. I had the stomach flu. I ate some of this street barbecue. I started throwing up. Next thing I know, it started coming out the back end. And at that time, we were brand new in the subdivision, didn't know no one, so we had to walk about 500 meters, or 2 kilometers is what it was. And at late at night, got up there, and the first thing I did, they put me in the emergency room, and boom, they give me a sup of water, and that sup of water brought on a throw up spell, and I laid it all over the floor. Then a doctor come in. He said, "Son, we're going to admit you to the hospital for 10 days." And I'm thinking, all I've got is diarrhea. We got to the room. I slept some. I didn't have diarrhea no more. Wasn't throwing up, and at that time I smoked. And I told the nurse, I said, "I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette." "Oh no, you can't do that." I says, "Well, yes I am. And if you don't let me, I'm going to check myself out of the hospital. I'll do just as good at home as I do here." And, it's like I'd killed somebody. But I finally got my final bill, paid my bill. I was allowed at that time to go outside and smoke a cigarette and go home. Now, can I go back to that hospital? I doubt it. But that's okay, too, because I'm in better shape now. I take a blood pressure pill, I take a cholesterol pill, and I take an acid reflux pill. And I really feel good, and I don't think I need it, but as long as my American doctor in America tells me I should continue taking it, I'm going to take it. I've seen him for the last 12 years, and he was my mother's doctor up until her death. So his advice means something to me. But anyway, if you come over here, be in good shape. Go see your doctor. Get the vaccines injections. And as I say, I'm just a regular human being. My advice is from experience. My experiences. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm have no professional degree in that stuff. So anything you hear out of my mouth is from my experience only. But when I came over the first time, 2005, to visit, I went in and got my vaccines up to date. I took a hepatitis B vaccine, which takes 2-3 months to do, and some other vaccines that I was recommended at that time. I'm sure all of them at this point are no good, but I come outside. The mosquitoes, they love this white blood. Let me tell you, they eat me up. And so far, I've been fortunate enough not to catch any bad disease off of them. The only bad disease I got is the eating disease. But anyway, maybe soon. I know this week I have to go to immigration to get my permanent visa squared away. We filled out all the paperwork March the 12th, and March the 12th, 2 days later, we went on total lockdown. No one was allowed in, no one was allowed out. Pretty much lucky that we had gone to the grocery store 2 weeks before and loaded up. I mean, I spent about $400 on groceries and supplies. That because we didn't know what was going to happen. We knew something was going to happen, but we didn't know. The president here, President Durante, he was very smart. He closed the airport down to all incoming international flights. We have a lot of influx of Chinese people, which this is where the disease came from. He stopped all that. He basically stopped all international travel. And it was soon later he basically ordered anybody here to go home. And now the only people that could fly in or out were people that held resident visas cards or married to a Filipino here or Filipina. So now you can't fly out. You have to have special permission from the place you're going that they'll take you. We have domestic flights now, but they getting canceled because there's a lot of the people are overseas workers that been overseas. They've been through their 14-day quarantine here. They've been tested, but then they need permission at the place, their province, their home that they're going to, that the province will take them. It's always, if once you live here, you'll see that they have rules, but the rules goes, your paperwork is touched by many people, and each person that touches your paperwork, he reads the rules in a different way and requires a different paper. But, you're in a country that you need to follow the rules, and that's what we do, whether we like it or not. Sometimes I get aggravated, but as my wife tells me, honey, you're not in America no more, you're here. I just have to sort of grin and bear it. But anyway, it's going to be a short video. It's getting hot out here. I need to go in and get in front of the fan, and if I can't cool down that way, I'll go upstairs and get in front of the air conditioner. But anyway, just to tell you that I love it here. I'd rather not be, no place I'd rather be except those East Tennessee mountains I come from, but I don't have a home back there no more, and tough to live on the side of the street someplace, but this is where I want to be, and thank you for watching. If you like this, thumbs up, plus subscribe. I'm not going to say I have a little bit to do on my YouTube channel, but this is going to be a short video today. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.